Hey guys, this is Rise and Ground with David. I got a couple of questions about shoulder issues and shoulder injuries, how to loosen up the shoulder, how to strengthen the shoulder, pretty much the rotator cuff, and if you are injured, how to come back from an injury and build the shoulder back up to strength. Well, let me tell you by personal experience, I've torn ligaments in my left and I've broken my collarbone on my right. So I know how it is, exactly how it is when you're recovering from a shoulder injury. First of all, we're talking about the rotator cuff and the range of motion. There's three heads to the shoulder, the anterior, the lateral, and the rear. So you have the front, the side, and the rear. Now you can isolate these muscles by doing certain exercises. First exercise you can do is a front raise to the front, isolating the front of the shoulder. Okay. Second exercise you can do is a lateral raise where you turn to the side and you squeeze to the side, come down and squeeze. You can do it with dumbbells or you can just do it just with practice without anything. And then second, training the back of the shoulders, the rear deltoids, and the bend over fly, squeezing behind you, contracting the shoulder blades. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. So you want to go about shoulder level and then come down slow. Keep the elbow slightly bent at all times. You never want to lock out the elbow. And then the granddaddy of all shoulder exercises where you hit all three heads at the same time would be an overhead press, either with dumbbells or a bar, where you start with your elbows parallel to the shoulders, you exhale, you come together at the top, and inhale and squeeze at the bottom, just like that. But before you start any shoulder routine or any workout routine, you want to properly warm up the shoulders and the rotator cuff, especially if you're recovering from an injury or you want to prevent the injury. So doing some arm circles, big ones and small ones, and then going back, big and small, just to warm up. You can also use the wall, put your arm against the wall, put your shoulder, and then look to the other side, and open up the shoulder as well as the chest. You want to hold and breathe for approximately 30 to 45 seconds, and then slowly come off and switch to the other side. Put the shoulders stretched, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Another good stretch is lacing the fingers behind the back, separate the arms from the body, shoulders from the ear, chin from the chest, and looking straight up. Again, putting the shoulders back in the shoulder girdle. So that's how you can start with a nice, easy stretch. And then if you want to do some rehab on the rotator cuff, you can get a band. Okay, red's easiest, blue's a little harder, yellow's gonna be the hardest. You don't need to get a heavy band. This is not an exercise where you're trying to build up more resistance. This is just to get your range of motion. I tied it, or I looped it through a bar. Now I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna keep my elbow pinned to my side, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull inward, and then come out slow. Just like that, just warming up the rotator cuff. Do as many as you can. You probably get a little fatigued. You might have a little bit of pain. You're gonna have to do a little pain assessment, some pain management. If it's too much pain, then you might wanna lay off, ice it. If it's swollen, if you're sore, put some heat on it. Take an Epsom salt bath to get the toxins out of your body. But anyway, this is one way of coming in. And then you can do the same thing by going out. Now this is gonna be harder. Anytime you take away from your body, it's going to take a little bit more strength, okay? So taking away, I mean, I'm here and I'm taking away, okay? So I struggle with it. You can come in closer and get some slack and out. Remember, you're not trying to do this necessarily to build more resistance, but you're just trying to strengthen the ball and joint and rotator cuff within the shoulder. So out, keeping the elbow pinned to your body. So the first one, we're coming in, point in, which you will be stronger because anytime you add to your body, you're stronger. Anytime you take away, you're weaker, okay? So I would do 3 to 4 sets on one side and then 3 to 4 sets on the other side. You could do up to 20 repetitions, up to 30 repetitions. All you're doing is greasing the joints. You're working those tendons in the shoulder and getting them ready, okay? So in and then out. Another way you can do this, if you don't have a band, you can get a light dumbbell. This is 5 pounds, or you can get a can of soup or anything that weighs anything that you can grip. You can do the same thing standing up, okay? If the band's going to give you resistance, this is just adding a little bit more weight, okay? You can even do it without it, you can. just come out. This side on me is a little bit tougher. As you see, my wrist wants to bend because my elbow from the tear, it didn't heal correctly. So my range of motion, I do these all the time, but it's taken years and years and years to build up strength, okay? You can also lay on your side, pin the elbow, and do it here. You can do this as you watch TV, just nice and easy. Exhale up, inhale all the way down. Make sure you do both sides. Again, 3 sets of 20 to 30 reps. Another good one that I learned in physical therapy is holding here and make a small circle and then go wider. And then start small again. And then you can reverse it. You can start small and go wide. And again, you're just warming up the rotator cuff, strengthening all the ligaments, the soft tissue in the shoulder, okay? Do the other side, small circle, and go wide. Now the thing about this, it's not fun, it's very tedious, but it helps tremendously with recovery and strength and range of motion. Start small and go wide, okay? Just like that. You can get a little bit heavier weight too as you get stronger, but I wouldn't go overboard on the weight. So you have the band where you're pulling away and you take it in. One more. You can hold here and rotate up. Do like a scarecrow. This is a little bit more challenging, but once you can do it with your hands and you want to add weight, then go for it, okay? But take it baby steps. On an injury, anytime you're injuring a shoulder, you need to know the difference between good pain and bad pain, and when to stop and when not, and when to keep going, okay? It's a process and it's going to take a while, so just have patience with it. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. If it's swollen, that you're icing. If it's really sore, you can put heat or take an Epsom salt bath, and then you can focus, once you get the range of motion, on doing the strengthening exercises to the front, to the side, to the rear, and then overhead pressing, just like that. So I hope that helped. Remember just to always, when you watch your form and watch your technique, you want to prevent an injury before it happens. But if you happen to have an injury, then let me know and I'll show you some more techniques on any type of the body that you can recover and get back in the game as quick as possible. I'll see you guys soon.